I want to give all credit to. I assume this is not being freebooted by this person, and they created it. Al Berry comedy. Hopefully, I hope that's who this is, because they put this together about Snow White. And by the way, they sound. I'll play it, and I just want to get you all's reaction. By the way, if you're out there having fun, don't forget to follow this channel as well as Gothix on Rumble, Melonie Mac on Rumble, and Hannah Claire B on, like, the letter B, like Bravo, on Rumble as well. We are closing in. We are only, well, we're like 1,900 followers away, but it's good to see it keep going up. Oh, whoops, I didn't do it yet. There we go.
I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. Rachel Zegler, thanks for coming on my show. I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. So you recently starred in the movie Snow White. Tell me, what was it like to play Snow Latina?
First of all, Steven, it was weird. But I did enjoy reimagining the character as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish.
Well, I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. Are you surprised that everyone hates the movie?
Not at all. Society is far too racist and misogynist to appreciate the reimagining of a classic Disney princess as an ugly Colombian chick.
I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. You don't think making the movie a woke piece of garbage has anything to do with people hating it?
Not really. The original story has Snow White falling in love with the prince, but in the remake that's super weird and makes no sense. What kind of prince would fall for a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish?
Wow, I sold out years ago and I'm a coward.
Thanks, Stephen. Hello? What's that? You have an idea for a movie that will save Disney's reputation? It's guaranteed to be a hit? And you want me to star in it? Come on, Steven. Let's go see Bob Iger.
Thanks for coming, Rachel. This Snow White flop has unexpectedly tarnished the reputation of Disney. Who knew reimagining Snow White as a woke Colombian woman who resembles a fish would be so unappealing to audiences everywhere? But I have an idea for a movie that is certain to turn our bad luck around.
It sounds amazing. What is it?
I want to reimagine Hercules as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing.
I sold out years ago and I'm a coward. I'll take that as a yes. We'll start production as soon as possible. I'm thinking we'll go balls out with the cast. In fact, we'll reimagine every character as a woke Colombian woman who looks like a fish. And because Rachel is the star, we'll sell out theaters everywhere.
I love that.
Yeah. I always thought it was funny, like those memes, like, if there's one movie that's safe from the woke reimagining, it's gonna be Tarzan.
Exactly. Tarzan is safe.
Tarzan is 100% safe. We're not making Tarzan black. I don't need to go into why. What do you make of? Let's go down the line here let's go bottom up here from Melonie Mac.
Okay.
I know you've probably been covering this hilarious Snow White disaster. I mean, this movie's going to lose $300 million. I mean, it is bonkers. Like, maybe it's still a Disney movie. It's still like, people still want a few minutes of time away from their kids who might be annoying them, whatever the case may be. What do you make of this? Is basically turned into like Morbius. It's almost Morbin time, where like people are just memeing
I feel like it's worse than Morbius.
Yeah, because people were like saying, "I'm gonna go see Morbius" as a meme.
Because it was so bad, it was fun. Like, in a way,
yeah.
So, and I think this might actually be worse. I want to say like the Metacritic or whatever score is at a 2 right now, which is lower than the live action Dragon Ball movie. So it has been dethroned by this abomination. But I mean, you've got people like pointing the finger everywhere. All of these like woke people are blaming Gal Gadot because
I know,
she's Jewish. So they're saying
they want us to believe that they're boycotting it for Palestine. I'm like,
exactly. They're like, this is why it flopped, and they're using her as that reason, when it's just like, no. I mean, everybody, normal people love her, or wouldn't just like, I'm not watching a movie because she's in it, because she has a lot more class in her interviews and stuff than Rachel Zegler. And so the true reality of it is that it doesn't look good. Rachel Zegler's insufferable interviews and hating on all Trump supporters and stuff certainly didn't help, but it also just looks like a crappy movie. And I will say, I know it's like that little meme video calling, I don't think she's ugly. For the record, I don't think she's ugly, but I think it's her personality that's ugly. And that is what completely checked me out of even giving this a chance. Because when I watched the trailers and I saw Gal Gadot's performance as the evil queen, I thought, wow, she's actually eating this up. Like, she's actually doing great. I would have given it a chance just for Gal Gadot, but I can't now because of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, no, I agree with Mel. She's not ugly, although I can't get over the Lord Farquaad haircut.
Yeah, that haircut.
I don't think the reason this movie isn't going to do well is because of their boycotting for some, free Palestine stuff. No, it's the left, like the wokies. They don't even like what they advocate for. So like they go on these grand crusades of like, oh, representation, reimagining, but they don't even like it. Like
they don't support it.
They don't support it. And it shows when things like this go to theater. So I personally would still like to watch the movie just for the lulls, but I'm not going to pay for it. Like I'll wait for it to come on streaming or something.
Right.
But
I want a Gal Gadot compilation on YouTube. That's all I need. Somebody just piece together all of her scenes. I'll watch that.
Which is funny because Gal Gadot for a minute there was like everyone's persona non grata. You remember when she sang like
it was so cringe.
It was
cringe.
Yeah. Like, she was the worst too. She was Wonder Woman, right? People weren't crazy about her then.
She was okay in Wonder Woman. I think most people were like fine with her.
Okay.
She wasn't like as beloved as Scarlet as Black Widow, but people didn't hate her like Captain Marvel.
I thought there was some like she went on a press tour and like was like feminism, this, that, and the other. People were like, please stop talking. And then she did the COVID song thing. I don't know. I just remember.
You might be thinking of Brie Larson. I can't
remember
you guys know I don't watch
doing a
movie.
feminist thing. I can't.
I would rather go into labor than see Snow White. So I'm maybe not the best critic here, but I feel like it's partly her personality, whether you think she's pretty or not. Rachel Zegler, that's kind of on you. The reality is it's become a lost audience movie to me. Like, who is this live action Snow White for, right? If you're a kid, I would bet if you put 100 5-year-olds in front of both of these and showed them a clip of each one, said, which one do you want to watch? All of them are going to pick the animated movie. All of them are going to be like, that seems more magical. That seems more fun. And so are you making this for like nostalgic adults because you took out the things that are beautiful about Snow White? You took out the character's actual like physical appearance. She's supposed to be extremely pale with the dark hair. And some of the magic is now like CGI, and CGI is just like not that good these days. I
don't know how CGI has gotten worse over the past 20 years.
I've never understood science, so I can't tell you, but it just doesn't make any sense. And so ultimately I don't know why this I never understood any of the live action remakes, but this one in particular, who is it for? I mean, with the live action Lion King, right? Like maybe they're trying to be like, look, we have computers that can make these animals look like they're doing whatever. But in this case, like, what? We have this annoying girl talking to this other lady for a couple hours and we don't have any dwarves anymore? Like, what was the point? Who is this for?
This is for 13 to 16-year-old woke women who spend all day on Twitter and convince. Oh, trust me. Disney still thinks Twitter is real life.
You're right.
Disney fired Gina Carano over a few bot accounts having a meltdown over her with her pronouns.
Yep.
And they tanked not only probably I think that The Mandalorian would never have like lasted because it just got boring. But they tanked that, and they tanked a whole show that would have been led by Gina Carano because a few people on Twitter got mad. Then they did the exact same thing for the trans and gay stuff in Toy Story or Buzz Lightyear. And they lost 100 million there. I am dead serious. I fully believe that Disney thinks Twitter is their customer and they keep losing money. Like they just, Twitter's different nowadays, but there was a while there where like Batwoman was trending every Sunday night. And that show was like the biggest garbage on the planet. Yeah. And we would get the actual viewership because it was still on terrestrial TV or traditional TV. They would peak at like 200,000 viewers, but there'd be like 80,000 tweets and it'd be number one on trending. And like, so all these terrible shows kept getting made and nobody would watch them. And I guarantee you there were people in like the boardroom that were like, I don't get it. We're number one on trending. Like, look at She-Hulk, another perfect example. Every night that show was on, #1 on trending. Guess what?
Yeah.
Got canceled after 1 season. Like
Right.
outright canceled after 1 season because nobody watched it. So you know, it's these shows are for Twitter weirdos, and that's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it.
See, I'm of the belief that they're not actually doing this to make money, that they're just, I think they're trying to intentionally put themselves into a financial pit because I mean, it's obvious that's what they're doing. And I mean, this is straight out of like the communist playbook where you take art, you make it ugly, and then you could also use it for propaganda because it's not appealing to me. I grew up with Disney movies. I'm not excited to watch it. But I think if they can market to maybe parents, you know, they can bring their kids to the theaters and then they can be indoctrinated by watching something that they've never actually seen. But yeah, if you give them access to a streaming platform, they're probably going to go with the animated thing. But as far as like just going to the theater, it's another avenue for propaganda.